one of the activities that you can do in SU01 is locking or unlocking the user IDs. Now, locking and unlocking of the user IDs could be done because for various reasons. One of the reasons could be that the user has left the company. Another reason could be that manager temporarily wants a user to be logged out, so he may ask you as a security administrator to log that user ID. Now, SE01 works on one user at a time that we know. And if we want to use mass users or unlock mass users after locking them, we use the transaction code SU10. Now, one other transaction code that SAP has provided in ECC environment, that is the R3 environment, is for performing mass user logs and unlocks, is the transaction code EWZ5. Now, EWZ5 could be used for locking and unlocking user IDs at one shot. In SU10, you have to copy paste the user IDs in order to lock them or unlock them. But here, you don't need to do that. The user IDs are listed to you, and you can use this lock button or the unlock users to lock or unlock the user IDs. Now, you need to be careful while using this transaction code. One of the things that it does is this will not lock the user IDs that are already locked, and it will not lock the user IDs that have been marked as administrators, user administrators. So in order to, if you don't want somebody to be locked, you click on choose and then select the checkbox and save it so that those user IDs will not be locked during the lock process. So once that process is done, after you have indicated what user IDs should not be locked and the IDs that are defined as user administrator, you can hit the lock icon. Now, depending on how many users you have, it will take a few seconds or a few minutes for the system to log those user IDs. So if you see the log here, it will tell you 2,689 user IDs have been logged in this example. If you go back, you can see the log status that the user IDs have been logged. Now you could use EWZ5 again to unlock the user IDs, or SAP also gives you a transaction code called EWZ6. But right now, let's unlock the user IDs. This will again take few seconds or minutes, depending on how many user IDs you have to be unlocked. Now, if you see the user IDs that were already logged, they have not been unlocked. So this is the beauty of this transaction code, that it locks only those user IDs that are unlocked, and when you unlock them, it will only unlock the user IDs that you have logged using this transaction code itself. Now, another transaction code is EWZ6, which is the same as EWZ5. So you can either use SU10 for mass user logs and unlocks, in which case you will have to copy paste the user IDs, or you could write and have an ECAT script written for that locking and unlocking activity, or you could use this transaction code EWZ5 or EWZ6. The only care you need to take care is that you define the user IDs that don't need to be logged as user administrator by checking this box. And the way you can do it is that you click on choose user, then check the box, and once you save it, that user becomes the user administrator, and then after you save and go back, then when you log the user ID, the system will only log those users that are unlocked, and it will ignore two types of user IDs. One, the IDs that are already locked, and second one, the IDs that have been defined as Euro administrators. So this is how you can use EWZ5 uh, for locking and unlocking mass users.